Let's go back to our first equation. In this equation, to get the y-intercept, you have to substitute x with 0 to the equation, and the result you'll get is the y-intercept. After solving, we find out that this equation has a y-intercept of negative 64, where the pair is always 0. For the next step, we should use the zero product theorem. With our given equation, we have to use the zero product theorem so we can automatically get the values of x. We apply the zero product theorem by transposing the number to the right side, and it becomes x equals negative 2, x equals 2, and x equals 4. So we now have the values of x. Then lastly, we need to label each with its multiplicities or the multiplicity of 0. Multiplicity refers to the number of times that its associated factor or exponent appears in the polynomial. X equals negative 2 has a multiplicity of 2 since it has an exponent of 2. X equals 2 has a multiplicity of 2. X equals 4 has a multiplicity of 1 since it has an invisible exponent of 1. The last step is to plot the graph. Let's review what we had solved so far. We have an equation of x plus 2 squared, x minus 2 squared, x cubed minus 4. Our end behavior is a down-up behavior. The y-intercept is 0 and negative 64. Our zeros are negative 2, 2, and 4 with their multiplicities. Plot out the points from your zeros or x values and y-intercept. Since the numbers 2 and negative 2 has a multiplicity of 2, then its graph should bounce. And that is how you graph and solve polynomial functions. So we can understand more on how to solve polynomial functions. We have another equation here which is negative 4x cubed plus 6x squared plus 52x minus 78. It has an up-down end behavior since it has a negative leading coefficient and the highest exponent is an odd number. Its y-intercept is 0 and negative 78 after we substituted x to 0 in the equation. Since the equation is written in standard form, you still have to factor these. Divide the equation into pairs and find their common factors. So you now have x squared, 2x minus 3, negative 13, 2x minus 3. For numbers 4 and 6, they have a common factor of 2 and x squared, so you have to put their common factor outside the parentheses. The same with numbers 52 and 78, their common factor is negative 13.